Hola amigos, soy Sofía Vergara and you're watching IndieWire News.
All we have to do is fucking stick together and we're gonna make the big money for ourselves, for our families, and get what is fucking ours.
Griselda, which you are nominated for lead actress in a limited series. This is a long journey and It's still ongoing.
15 years. I even started when I was doing Modern Family. I heard about Griselda Blanco the first time and I thought it must have been like an exaggeration. I then read about it on an article on a plane ride and then that's when it hit me. So this is real. I started trying to find people that knew her, that met her. So it was like a long journey for me to process who this woman was.
Do you feel like Griselda finally being made was the TV landscape needing to change?
Well, at the beginning, when I started with the idea, I actually didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was a movie or it was a TV show. I just loved the character because, you know, she was Colombian, I'm a mother, I'm Colombian. Of course, I have not killed any of my husbands, but I would understand why she had to do it.
No me mates. No me mates. Te lo ruego.
And then one day I turned the TV on and I saw Narcos. And I'm like, this is the right people to take this project. But at that moment, I was still Gloria Pritchett. So I'm like, he's gonna laugh in my face. It's like, why is Gloria Pritchett now thinking that she can be like the most brutal drug dealer in the world?
I was thinking, it's such a shame that this hotel room is going to go to waste.
I like where this is headed.
But he came and he took me very serious. I was very surprised. And then he's like, we have to take this to Netflix. And then he brought me to Netflix. And to be able to make it real, we did have to make it in Spanish and in English. There was no way that you're in a room full of only Colombians and they're speaking in English. That was not gonna work.
Increíble. Puedes quedar embalado nada más haciendo así, mira.
What was this specific experience producing Griselda?
Well, this was super important for me and I really wanted to be part of it as a producer because one of my main things was to be able, maybe in a selfish way, to work with so many Latin talents that I was not able to do it because I was doing Modern Family, AGT. And for them, I wanted maybe for one of these actors, Griselda, to become like what Modern Family became for me, to open doors here in LA, in Hollywood.
I love hearing about how simultaneously you're working so hard to make this happen, but also thinking, how am I actually gonna play Griselda? Like, I need to prepare for like this true like character study.
You know what, like I think because I had never done something like that and I was doing Modern Family and then the pandemic and then I started doing AGT. So I wasn't like, I was just getting everything ready. Then suddenly I was trying to get first like the prosthetics, the wigs, the looks, everything working. I mean, I've only done really Gloria Pritchett, which is a comedy. So like 2 months before I went like in panic and I'm like, I need somebody to teach me to act. And I said, what television personality that I love that went from comedy to drama? And of course it occurred to me, Jennifer Aniston.
The part you guys never seem to realize is that you don't have the power anymore.
And so I looked for Jennifer Aniston's acting coach, Nancy Banks. And I don't want to say she's like an acting coach because it was not like teaching me how to act. It was mainly like making me understand every single, you know, scene and script to do the work that actors do that I didn't know how to do because I never went to acting class.
You don't know what he did to me. He hit you. Worse.
Was there ever a moment where it started to feel like Gloria and Sofia were becoming one and the same?
Well, I made Gloria from the beginning very much like me because I wanted to be real. She was a Colombian woman, also an immigrant, a mother. I mixed a little bit more of my aunt and my mother's personality with my personality. Before Gloria Pritchett, my English was so much better though. I got worse because then I realized, you know, the more I took advantage of my accent, people laughed more. So then I ended up saying yes all the time when I could say yes.
I wonder if your time as a presenter when you were working in Colombia and then in Miami, if there was anything from that that you brought to Griselda.
Well, I think not because of work I knew Griselda was. I grew up in Colombia during the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, where narco-traffic was booming. I mean, my brother, unfortunately, was part of the business for a while. He got killed in Colombia. I was already living in Miami. Being part of all of that made me know this character. Like, I knew her. I knew who she was. I knew what the business was. I knew a lot of it but I had never seen it in a woman, and that's what made me so interested about Griselda, because yes, I knew those men, but I never knew that a woman could be, you know, so bad in a business like that.
Griselda.
This role is such a transformation. I wonder if you can walk us through that, because it wasn't full like, let me put on a full Griselda mask. I want to completely transform.
We really didn't need to. Griselda was known, but it was not like Jackie Kennedy that everybody knows her mannerisms, the way she, you know, talks and looks. And so Griselda could, in my mind, it didn't need to be exactly like her, because I look very different in my height, my size, everything. And this was not a movie, it was going to be a TV show. So I just wanted to create someone from that era, and someone that didn't look like me or Gloria Pritchett. It took me a while, me and Andy, the director, I couldn't find her. We had tests and different noses, different hairs, different eyebrows, and it was not just, oh, an ugly woman or, oh, a beautiful woman. It was someone that was not that beautiful, but had some kind of sex appeal, because it was a woman that, you know, had men all over her all the time, manipulated men. 3 weeks, I think, before we started shooting, we had our last test, and I saw her, and I'm like, Andy looked at me, and we knew immediately that that was Griselda.
I call you because I saw what you did. It's fucking inspiring.
Was she at all hard to shake off when you were finally done with the process?
No, I was not used to be a dramatic actress. I'm used to be comedy. I used to go to set and laugh and have fun and lines that are amazing. I was not used to go to my house like exhausted from crying, from cutting heads, from shooting, from screaming. I had to wear the prosthetics. So it was really hard on me, but it was worth it.
Well, we're thrilled to see you nominated
you.
for Griselda, and we're thrilled to see what comes next.
Thank you so
once
much.
Again, thank you so much, Sofía.
Gracias for having me.